Hello, all beautiful beings. Welcome you once again to Around the World in 26 Weeks, ninth episode today. Week I, small I to capital I. Who is a beautiful being, my friend? Beautiful being is someone who always sees beauty. There are many people who are not so beautiful, who are not so impressive, but the beautiful being has the eye to see the beauty in that one as well. You see, most other people in the world are superficial. Superficial means they see the outside. He's smarter, he's more beautiful, I like her more, I like him more. And I love saying, at center, we are all beautiful. So when we are centered, we have the eye to see the center of everyone. And the center is the spirit. Do you agree? Even a killer has a spirit. And do you agree? The spirit cannot be anything other than noble. So if you want to see the inner spirit of a person through your spirit, then you will not see anything other than noble. And this is one very important point in this discussion. Why we are dealing the same thing 26 weeks through different ways. You know, there is so many cars which looks differently, but inside the bonnet, there is the same thing, isn't it? So a beautiful being is the ability, has the insight to see the inside of a man, of a person. Today, in this wonderful episode, we will touch this area deeply. Finally, you will see, although we work with differences, although we work with diversity, there is a unity in everything. And that's the spirituality. That's the growth. That's the evolution. So without any more delay, let's jump in. Welcome once again to Small I to Capital I, from independent to interdependent. And this is week I. Before we go into the slides, just glimpse through the 7 points. This will help us to focus on the content and imbibe the best out of the next 20 minutes. So it's a small I independent to capital I interdependent. And this means that small I, we always look for our exclusive identity. That was a level. But here is an opportunity to transform to the next realm where beyond our identity, let's discover our universal reality where we are all connected, we are all able to create synergy and a better living for all of us in a harmonious way on this earth. And that's what is the need of the hour. So it's a very meaningful transformation we are talking about. Like the previous weeks, we have journeyed through alphabet since the 26 weeks business. Starting with A, we covered attachment to alignment. In B, belief to being. C, from consumption to contribution. D, from demand to deserve. E, from education to empowerment. F, from fear to freedom. And we had covered G, getting to giving. And last week, from hope to having. And we are today from independent to interdependent. Let's see these beautiful things that I've collected for you. Let me start with 2 stories about 2 leaders. Listen to them. They could be interesting. First one is Veer's approach. Veer is a senior executive, an officer, in fact, as a departmental head in a major corporate. And he has an angry boss who is a tough taskmaster and a bit unreasonable. So 4 o'clock in the evening, he calls Veer and gives certain tasks which is very difficult to be completed. And Veer has to walk for a long time if he has to complete the work. And Subramaniam, his new boss, won't listen. Veer pleaded, let's do it tomorrow, but he won't listen. So Veer was very confused, disillusioned, and it was an impossible deadline to be achieved. So he goes over to Seema and said, Seema, you must stay back this evening. We got to complete this work because Subramaniam wants it to be completed and he won't listen to any other excuse. So stay back, Seema. You got to do it. Seema was shocked. She had a lot of things to do this evening, Her husband was coming back early in order to take her to the doctor. And in this last moment, V is asking her to stay back and work. Impossible. Seema was annoyed, helpless, resentful. All her pleadings failed. So finally, she decides to put up her paper and goes. Relationship breaks. Let's go to the other side. A similar situation. Let's see what Sunil is doing. His boss calls him, gives that impossible task, and Sunil pauses a little, then shares the challenge with his secretary Sonia, who is very responsible, very warm, and very cooperative and hardworking. And he tells Sonia, you've been always kind, and everything that I've achieved because I got such a fine colleague like you, and I have to approach you once again, I need your help. The boss wants it to be done this evening and to take us 2-3 hours to do it. I shall be working with you. Although initially a little, confused, but Sonia quickly takes stance as Sunil says, I will call your family. I will arrange your drop. I will work alongside with you. Sonia, I need your help. Would you not help me? Sonia understands, feels respected, so chooses to cooperate. And this wonderful thing continues. Which one works in control, command, isolation, and which one brings respect, goodwill, trust, loyalty, and which one is a shared success? Which between the two images suggests independent? Left one, the lonely tree by the side of the ocean, struggling all the time, or this one which is complete, branching out, giving shelters, relied upon. Let's explore more on this. Who isn't independent? The one who is able to act without depending on others. Good thing. One who is naturally working with autonomy and self-sufficiency. Another good one. And from here the shadow starts. There is another side, the dark side. It can create separation, isolation. It can bring ego. So it's like a single tree standing alone on a hill or by the side of an ocean. Do you think independent includes freedom? It needs a breach. And that breach is freedom. And once that freedom is attached to independent, that independent evolves into the next level of interdependent, like this one, with many roots. It's a fruit of freedom. It's choosing to cooperate, support each other. There's no compulsion, but there is always a conscious choice. So let's evaluate the two phases of being on your own. Independent, just a recapitulation, stands alone. It says, I need no one. It often breeds isolation, separation, ego. It can bring achievement, brilliance, but always makes you feel apart, isolated. The risk of being a loner. Interdependent, the capital I, chooses to stand with others and says, we grow stronger together. It seeks networks as strengths, not weakness. It fulfills the true maturity of freedom. And that's a complete phenomenon. That's what the world needs now. Who is independent? One who stands apart, self-reliant, one who is admired as strong and self-made, the one who holds their world alone, good things. but it is always considered glorious. Courage to stand alone, self-sufficiency and resilience, and respected as a model of dignity. But on the other side, the hidden shadow persists. Ego inflates. Somewhere you shout out, I need no one. Creates walls, inequality, unrest. Often leads to loneliness or conflict at the end of the day. So the deeper truth about independence is not being free. Freedom is release from ego and fear, ready for a higher lift, higher evolution. So independent has a potential to grow, to become better, to evolve into the next level. Interdependent, on the contrary, fulfillment of freedom, finds its true strength in connection. Then you become a vast banyan tree, not the lonely coconut tree on the side of the ocean. Who is interdependent? Secure in self, opens to other, recognizes life as a wave, not as a ladder, stands tall without standing alone. Its higher strength compared to independent. It brings collaboration, multiplies impact, shared vision and cooperation. Diversity strengthens resilience. The hidden gift, we shall grow together. Without you, I cannot grow alone. So it replaces control by trust. The deeper truth about interdependence it's not weakness, it's maturity. It honors individuality while serving wholeness. Wow, what a beautiful word. I would like to repeat this. It honors individuality while serving wholeness. It is the ecology of humanity and the cosmos. So I bring freedom also right here, somewhere in the center between independent and interdependence, a bridge beyond independence, I say. Letting go of ego, compulsion, comparison, no longer trapped by I must prove myself. You don't have to prove anything. It's responsibility. Freedom carries awareness of consequence. Freedom chooses consciously, not reactively. These are the beauty of freedom. We are covering the 4 quadrants of freedom here, which stands between independent and interdependent. Eligibility, freedom ripens independence into maturity, into interdependence perhaps. Makes one ready to embrace interdependence. And freedom is the wholeness, is the inner dignity, not outer permissions. It anchors us in being, not in approval or fear. So, if you really look for freedom, you got to ascend into interdependence, relinquishing the realm of independence all the time. And here is a paradox I was saying, and it's important. What is the difference between independent and independence? Interesting. There is a difference between independent and independence. Words are words, my friends, so we are playing with words. Both are same roots, but 2 very different destinies. Let's see the paradox. Independent is an adjective. Focus on the individual posture often leads to ego or isolation. But independence noun is more akin to freedom. We stand free, we claim dignity. Collective trump liberation, a sacred ideal for unity. Do you see the difference between the two? Which one between the two, ask yourself, has more freedom? Independent or independence? The paradox, same root. births both selfish isolation and shared glory. One shrinks into I, the other expands into we. And deeper realization is independence is not the enemy of interdependence. Independent can be. Its true spirit always points towards community, dignity, and shared freedom. Finally, let's bring in another word, dependence. So it's a journey from dependence to interdependence. Totally, there are 3 steps. It's a sacred continuum, 3 stages of one truth, each noble in its own place. Dependent sounds very bad. We like to be dependent. But dependence becomes very good, as you will see sometime. When it is a seed, dependent, trusting, learning, receiving from others, we'll see the glorious part of it. Vulnerability is strength in disguise. Every beginning needs support. So that is the level of dependent in our outlook. Why? Because we are beautiful beings. Independent, that's the sapling of the tree. It's growing, asserting, proving, builds self-confidence and resilience, but risks ego, isolation if left alone. That's independent. Dependent, independent. Now, when we go to interdependence, it takes absolutely a new beautiful turn, making you a beautiful being. All 3 are beautiful beings, essentially, as we see till the end. Interdependent is the forest, sharing, sustaining, creating. See the 3 levels? First the seed, then the sapling, and then the forest. Sharing, sustaining, co-creating. Maturity of dependence and interdependence. And chosen mutually, dignity without division, working together, contributing together. So these are the 3 realms we are talking about today. The closing synthesis is all 3 are beautiful, just like 3 rivers meeting into the ocean, and together they reveal the wholeness of our existence. Dependent, we learn trust, humility, and receiving. As independent, we learn strength, clarity, and standing. Interdependent, we learn belonging to co-creation, shared dignity. In around the world in 26 weeks, there is no negativity. Everywhere we are integrating. So we have integrated all the 3 things finally. But evolution happens to be a fact. Let us have a pledge. In this season, I choose to let go of superiority, inferiority, ask for help, offer help without control. So my freedom becomes our flourishing. Thank you for being with me today. And that was my contribution to inspire you to change your paradigm if you really want things to happen in your life.